What's up, YouTube? This is Owen Dowell here, and today I'm going to be doing the Zippo Collection update for 2019. And unfortunately, this one is a little bit later than usual. Unfortunately, even though I kept reminding myself not to let this happen, when I went back to when I went back home for the holidays, I wound up leaving all of the Zippos that I had purchased at my apartment. And I was staying there past New Year's, and I wasn't going to come back just to get them. So, unfortunately, it's just been actually impossible to make this video. So, that's why it's so late. It is currently like 7:03, and it is January 10th, 2020. Wow, can you believe that? It's already 2020. Normally I try to get this video out on like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I can't remember exactly what I normally do. I think I get it out like New Year's Eve at some point, but we're getting it out some point in January. I don't know if I'll get it out. I probably won't get it out tonight because I need to get a thumbnail for it, but I'll be getting it out very, very soon. So yeah, sorry this video is a little bit late for those of you who always look forward to it, but I guess late is better than never. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and let's get into it. And it's also a real bummer because I got quite a lot of interesting Zippos this year. In fact, the majority of them are super interesting and super unique. So was really looking forward to doing this video, but unfortunately it's been delayed. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's start with the first one. Now the first one that I got, there is a town near where I used to live in Boone called West Jefferson, and they have this really cool antique store. When I went in there, they just had a really nice selection of Zippos. Now, most of the Zippos they have were Camel Zippos, and the Camel Zippos that they had were actually really quite collectible. So when I saw them, I had to get them. So the first time I went there, I think it was around like, maybe like March. I can't remember exactly what month it was that I went there. But I did go there just because I was bored. I really just kind of wanted to, go there just for a change in scenery for the day. And I wound up leaving with this. This, as you can see, is a Camel Lighter. It comes in this really, really cool tin. Check it out. It says Camel, and it's got, obviously it's got Joe Camel there, although I don't know if he's named Joe when he's like this. Very, very cool. Very nice tin. Love it a lot. Really, really cool. This is embossed, and if we go ahead and check it out, can we? I haven't opened it in a while. There it is. Camel filters. That is what this model is for. It's advertising the Camel's, I guess it's cigarette filters. So if, obviously the thing that goes on the butt end of a cigarette, I guess Camel was making those back then. I don't know if they still do or not. I am not a cigarette smoker. I am not even really at all interested in the smoking industry whatsoever. But I do find this to be a very cool lighter. Actually, one thing that makes this lighter super duper cool, if I go ahead and take it out here, I need to tip it, is that it is double-sided. Check that out. This is like, now, I want to say I do have other Zippos that are double-sided. I honestly can't remember. This is not very common though. My bottoms-up Zippo is double-sided, that one is. But it's very rare to see that, as you can see. So check that out. So we got one here, we got one here. It's kind of cool because this Zippo is, as I say, it's kind of like a lefty-friendly Zippo. Because obviously, Zippos are typically made for righties. This is sort of the presentation side of the Zippo. The design is always on the side where the hinge is on the left, which makes it easy for you to open it with your right hand while admiring the design. But in this case, if you're a lefty, like I happen to be, you can also admire it like this. So that's really, really cool. Kind of a bummer that Zippo doesn't do that with all their designs, but I'm sure that would drive up costs. Anyway, this one happens to have a Roman numeral, and I cannot remember what that date represents. So let's see if I can get a hold of a Zippo dating chart. Got this pocket-sized Zippo dating chart that I got back when I sent some Zippos in for repairs. Happen to have it in my new wallet that I got for Christmas, which is very cool. It's a Columbia. Anyway, we take a look at it. This was, I believe, an X1. Let's just confirm that. Yes, this is K of X1. So they had switched to using letters. Happen to know that K stands for November? Yes, because L is December. I think it goes all the way up to L. So K is November, and X1 is 1995, which is very cool. That's the year after I was born. So this Zippo is about 25 years old. I know that because I'm turning 26 next week, as I accidentally opened my wallet on camera. So let's not do that. But anyway, yeah, that's really cool. So this is from 1995. A lot of people say that if you have a Roman numeral Zippo, that they are somehow better than the ones that are made today. I mean, I don't know about that. I definitely would say that Zippo's quality control is might have been a little bit better back then. This is a little bit more flush than you'll typically find on a Zippo from today. It's actually quite flush. It's really nice. Usually you'll find like a little bottom, like almost an underbite on like Zippos made, recently. The lid will kind of be pushed inwards a little bit, so it almost has like a little underbite right there. But in this case, it's very flat, very flush. I mean, you can feel the seam, but it's not as apparent as normal. We take out the insert. You'll see the inserts back then were sideways. We have, see, it does go up to L. L of XI. So this was made in December of 95. So actually this Zippo is about 24 years old. I don't know why I said it was 25 years old. Anyway, that's very, very cool. Check that out. Absolutely love the Zippo because of how weird and unique it is with the double siding on it. And yeah, so there's that one. Oh, I guess I can't do that. So let's set that over there. And we will move on to the next one. Now, if you've been following Zippo for a while, you probably observed that every year they like to make a Zippo collectible of the year. And I've always found those to be really cool, but I've never gotten one. But this past year in 2019, Zippo's collectible of the year was one that I could not pass up. Obviously, 2019 was the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, and I am very into the moon. I'm very into Apollo. So as a result of that, I love taking pictures of the moon too. So as a result of that, when I saw that that's what Zippo was doing, I 100% knew that I had to get one. So the next Zippo I got is the moon landing Zippo, which is actually my first ever collectible of the year. It's very cool. Check this out. I love the box. It's very neat. You can see Zippo moon landing, 50 years, 2019 collectible of the year. And you got that cool rainbow effect on the moon itself, which is very neat. Kind of continues down here on the bottom of the lid. There's the top. You see it's got some nice star patterns on it. And there it is, everything right there. It's even got a little hologram on it because it is a slightly more premium Zippo, if you will. So we go ahead and take it out. All right. Obviously, if you take off the sleeve, it actually reveals a nice little blurb about the moon landing and commemorating it. So there's that, if you want to read that. And let's check it out. There it is. My first ever 2019, or I guess my first ever Zippo collectible of the year, period. So this is actually an armor Zippo. The finish on here is called the Galaxy finish. I actually was doing a little bit of research on this Zippo, and because I was really, really fascinated by kind of the design on it. By the way, you can also see it's numbered. We've got 4399, so 4,399 out of 14,000, which is really, really cool. All right. But I was doing some research on this Zippo, and I figured out that this is actually a finish that Zippo has done exactly one other time. And I want to say it was about 10 years ago when they made the another Zippo moon landing commemorative. It wasn't nearly as cool looking as this one. If I can find a picture of it, I'll try to splice it in. And I'm hoping I got the year right. I think if it wasn't, I want to say they made it in the 2000s. I want to say it was the 2009. Yeah, you know what? It was the 2009 collectible of the year. Or it might not have been the collectible of the year. It might have just been one that they made to commemorate the moon. But it actually had this same kind of glossy star-spangled look on it. So I think back in when I made this video, I'd said this is the only Zippo that has this finish. That's not true. There's exactly one other one. And if there's any other ones, I don't know about those yet. But I did actually manage to find one other Zippo with this cool kind of texture on it. You can actually feel the stars a little bit. It's not perfectly smooth, but that's actually really kind of cool in my opinion. It gives it kind of a nice feel, a nice look. I love the glossiness behind the kind of in front of the stars. So here's the overall look on it. So we got the astronaut holding up the Earth, and you can see there's a moonscape here. The moon is very, very textured. Like, this is super textured. It's almost like if you like started rubbing your teeth. You know what I mean? Like the back, like the teeth in the back of your mouth. It feels like that. I mean, this is super textured. In fact, if you look, you can see it protrudes out quite a lot. So, I mean, very, very cool, unique finish. I don't know if you wanted to carry this around, I don't know how durable this part would be, because this is not like, if I go ahead and open it up here and take the insert out, if I put my pinky back here, this has not been punched out. It's perfectly flat in there. So this has obviously been tacked on to the front. By the way, there's what the inside looks like, in case you're wondering. So, yeah. Anyway, let's check out the bottom stamp. This one was made in, we don't know the month. That's right. This one has a special, unique bottom stamp for the collectible of the year. But obviously it was made last year, and it is an armor, so it does have the armor symbol right there, which back in 2016, Zippo had managed to move it over here. So that's kind of interesting. We can, I think, look at the dating on the insert. The insert was made in January of last year. So maybe the lighter itself was made in January last year. I don't know, but very cool. Oh, it does still have a flint in it. Interesting. Maybe I'll take it out one day. Although I always say that and then I never do. So I'm not 100% sure if I will. But yeah, this thing is super cool. I am so glad that I have this Zippo. Really am. It's super duper dope. And it does come in this neat little showcase box. I'm not really 100% sure why. This is normally included with the Zippos that have the 360 designs on them. But in this case, I guess it was just an easy thing for them to go ahead and include it with. I mean, the sides are obviously that spangled look, so you can't really tell right now, but it does kind of show that off in the right lighting. So anyway, there's that. And obviously the clear back, the clear kind of plastic here is really cool because it allows you to keep dust and stuff off of the lighter, but you can still like display it like that. So that's really cool. Anyway, that is it for the Zippo collectible of the year. I will probably continue to get the Zippo collectibles of the year because they are super duper cool. And yeah. All right, so the next Zippo, I had actually gone back to the antique store I was telling you about, and sure enough, they had yet another super cool looking Camel Lighter. So that's what I got. This here is the Smokin' Joe's Racing Zippo. It comes in a really nice small purple camel tin. It's actually quite a lot smaller than this one if you see. It doesn't really look it on. Well, yeah, you can tell it's smaller. But here it is, the Smokin' Joe's Racing. You can see it's a little bit simpler on the sides. We do have the sort of the checkered starting line or the checkered flag, whatever you want to look at, however you want to view that. Camel, and there we go, Smokin' Joe's Racing himself. So if we go ahead and open it, there it is. This tin is in a little bit rougher shape, even on the bottom, it looks a little weird, but that's not a problem because the lighter itself is pristine. And it did have a sticker on it when I got it. So here it is, Smokin' Joe's Racing. It's pretty much just that same logo that was printed up here, just been etched on the lighter. Now, unlike this one, if you take it out, this one is not lefty friendly. You can see it does indeed. It is missing the design right here. So obviously if you're a lefty like I am and you open it, you're just gonna be looking at a high polished chrome Zippo. But on this side, if you open it with your right hand, you do indeed have a nice presentation. So here's the bottom stamp. This one was made, can I get it to focus? This one is made in G of X. What is G? What is G? January, February, March, April, May. Wait, hang on. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. April, May, June, July. Oh, interesting. So this one was made in, I don't know, for some reason I was thinking July was not G. This one was made in July, and I don't need to reference the sheet because it's actually exactly one less than this one. Obviously, if you know your Roman numerals, you get X, and then you get XI for 11. So X is 10, and then XI is 11. But since it's one less than 1995, this one was made in 1994, which is the year I was born. So that's pretty cool. I was about half a year old when this lighter was produced, which is very neat. I was still a little baby. I was born in January. Actually, I'm turning 26 next week. I think I mentioned that already. I'm not 100% sure. If we take a look at the insert, you can see, if I flip it the right way, we've got E of X, which is May of 1994. So this was made when I was about, what month is May? 5? So I was about 5 months old. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, really a big fan of this lighter. Not nearly as cool as this one because this one has a double siding on it, but I mean, it still is a super cool lighter. It is a Camel Zippo after all. So, I mean, can't really do wrong with that. All right, so now the next Zippo is one that was kind of an impulse purchase. Zippo had sent out an email, and in that email, they had talked about the fact that they were going to produce a Zippo commemorating D-Day. And I just thought the lighter looked super cool, so I had to snag it up. And here it is. This is the D-Day lighter. As you can see, this box is massive. Look at it compared to the Zippo moon landing. Like, that's ridiculous, right? Absolutely massive. So here it is, the Zippo D-Day. You can see commemorating 75 years commemorative set. This thing is super cool. This comes with all kinds of things. If we go ahead and slide this out, you can see that this is just a little cardboard sleeve. Got kind of the same stuff that this one had on it. Has a little hologram because it is more of a premium Zippo, and you know, the government warning on there. And here's the lid, which you can see has got this nice kind of gold foily print on it. It's sort of the same, mimics the cardboard, or the cardboard mimics this, I guess I should say. Take a look at the back. There's what the back says. So if you want to read that, go right ahead. If we open it up, this is quite the presentation. It's really impressive. So we got this, the Dwight D. Eisenhower Order of the Day letter. This is a replica of that letter. If we go ahead and open it, there you go. Check that out. How cool is that? Like, that is awesome. So yeah, check that out. If you want to read through that, I'll just kind of slowly pan through. Hopefully you're watching this in HD so you can see it. Yeah, very, very cool. Really neat little addition there. Kind of a classy thing to add. All right, here's the guarantee, just kind of sitting in there. Bit of foam, and under this foam, we have the lighter itself. Check that out. That is super cool. Kind of a laser etched design, as you can see. Pull it out. It's stuck in there. This one is on a black crackle 1941 replica. It's numbered 2. You can see this one is 6981 out of 10,000. So getting up there, but not quite. Look at that. I do love to look at this lighter. I still pull it out sometimes and just look at it. It's super nice. There's that. Now, actually, if you watch this video at the very end of it, I actually showed myself trying out a brass insert in this Zippo, and I was saying Zippo should have really considered putting brass in here instead of this chrome insert, just because it looked really nice with the brass insert. But back when this war was going on, brass was at a pretty it was at a pretty high premium because it was being used for things like making ammunition and weaponry for the war. So Zippo had actually switched from brass to stainless steel. So that actually would not have been a very good idea because that would have been inaccurate for what this Zippo is representing. So actually it's a good thing they did not do that. And this is perfectly to be expected, especially if you know your history, which I don't know as much as I should, but I do know about that. So, you know, if you take a look at the bottom stamp, you can see this one was made in January of 19. We don't really have a special bottom stamp aside from the fact that it is a 1941 replica. So it does kind of have the patent number and everything down here. And then if you take a look at the insert, I don't know, I need to flip that up. It's just a habit. You can see, again, January of 19. So we have a nice matching insert to the case, which is really cool. Now, also something kind of neat, if you get one of these, you've got this neat little plaque here, which actually pops out. It's made of brass, so it's very cool. And this is, I think this is the shoulder sleeve insignia. Actually, we can take a look. Yep, what do you know? It's right there. The shoulder sleeve insignia for the Supreme Headquarters Allied Expeditionary Force. Check that out. Very cool. This thing is, it's like a little brass coin, which is really neat. And yeah, kind of just a neat little classy addition. So this is definitely one of the coolest Zippos I own, just because of all the things it comes with to aid with the presentation. Got a little thing here. Zippo D-Day 75 years, limited edition. You might be able to find one of these on Amazon or on eBay if you really want one. If you do find one, I would highly recommend you pick it up because it's just really unique. It comes with all kinds of neat little goodies, and it's just really awesome that Zippo is honoring D-Day in this way. So yeah, that's it for that one. So let's go ahead, set this over here. I'll just kind of, well, you know what? Here's an idea. I'll just, I guess we can do that because it is indeed part of it. Okay. And well, guarantee you don't care about. All right, and now we've got one more Zippo. That's right, one more Zippo. And this one comes in the boring black box. But this is not a boring Zippo. I actually got this Zippo for Christmas. This is the first Zippo that I've gotten for Christmas, I want to say, since 2014. Back then I had actually gotten the case Zippo, the case Christmas bench Zippo, which is really cool. Yeah, this one is not a Christmas themed Zippo. What actually happened is my parents were at Smoky Mountain Knife Works and they got me a really cool kitchen cutlery set, which I did get to use for the first time on Monday, and it was really awesome. But while they were there, they also decided to get me a Zippo to put in my stocking, and that's super cool. And that's what this is. So take a look at the back here. It's upside down. This is 29425 quality Zippo. You can see it does have the government warning on here. That's something Zippo started doing last year. I guess there must be some new like act or some new like mandate where they have to do that. So I don't know why that's on there other than that. But if we take a look at this, there it is. Look at it. This Zippo is super cool. It's just a really nice looking Zippo. I still have the price tag on there. I guess we can go ahead and take that off. Now, because I got this at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, they did not pay sticker price. Smoky Mountain Knife Works has a thing where they've been actually able to mark Zippo lighters quite a bit down from their MSRP. So you can save, if you want to buy a Zippo and you want to get it at a cool, memorable place, I mean, make a trip to Smoky Mountain Knife Works because you'll get it for a really good deal. It's actually kind of crazy how cheap they are there. That's really on there, huh? Left a little bit of residue. So here's the price tag, which we'll stick here just to remember. I haven't done that in forever. I haven't gotten a Zippo with a price tag on it in forever. So yeah, there it is. It's on a high polished chrome, just a really nice looking Zippo. It says quality Zippo since 1932. Love it a lot. I mean, who knows? Maybe one day I'll even consider carrying it. It's just so neat. It's been it's actually a lasered in design. So, but it feels almost soft just because obviously the texturing of the laser hitting the metal. So you kind of know what that does. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. So it feels almost a little bit soft, but that, I mean, any metal that's been laser etched kind of feels that way. Take a look. We've got, that is a 19. We've got E of 19. I couldn't tell if that was an 18 or a 19. So that is May of last year. Open it up, pop out the insert. So you've got F of 19, so June, right? Yeah, June, June of 19. So there we go, check that out. Very nice, big fan of this Zippo. Absolutely love it, super duper cool. So yeah, that is the one Zippo I got in a black box this year. But anyway, yeah, I am super thrilled with what I was able to find last year, and definitely looking forward to seeing what Zippo can come up with this year. So y'all need to definitely stay tuned. I do want to get back into collecting Zippos. It's just a lot of stuff been going on in my life lately that's been making it hard. Not going to be getting any anytime soon, most likely because today I made quite a lot of car-related payments, and those are expensive. As y'all know, I did recently get a new car, so I've been having to do had to get a new warranty on it, and today I registered it, and property taxes where I'm at now are not exactly cheap. So yeah, that's kind of one thing I miss. But anyway, that's going to do it, y'all. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, sorry it's been a little bit late. I'll try to get it out this weekend. Obviously, whenever you're watching it is when I got it out. So yeah, anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so very much for watching it. And hope 2020 is an even better year than 2019. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, everybody, and adios.